Hi everyone, Gary Nicholson here for weatherweb.net. This is your latest look ahead video. Just a quick look through today at some of the latest thoughts for this final week of November and on into that early part of December. Here's a look at temperature profile for Birmingham for the next couple of weeks ahead then. See the spike in warmer temperatures this weekend on Saturday with milder air moving up from the south, and then a quick drop off as Sunday looks like turning into really a cold and damp day for many parts of England, especially central and eastern areas. Then staying fairly cool through the week ahead, and the generally cool theme looks like staying with us on this chart as we go through into the start of December. You know, in recent days how we've been looking at the potential for a colder spell to get going properly as we go into early December. Still looking at that risk, as we've been saying, around 20 or 30% of going into a properly cold period, and gradually just starting to piece together the details of that one as we go into early December, and we'll keep an eye on that one for you over the days ahead. Let's just have a look at the slightly shorter range then first of all. I've got the details for the weekend in your latest fast forecast video on the video just to the right of this one. This is a chart for Monday then. We've got low pressure still across northern France, the remnants of the same frontal feature that will have affected Britain still lingering across northern Europe into Monday. Still some uncertainty exactly how this evolves in the early part of the week. Looks like Monday sees a pretty cool and a damp day with showers affecting the south of England, that bit drier and brighter across more northern areas, but just could be quite a cold start to Monday morning with some frost and fog across many areas to start the day. For Tuesday, low pressure looks like being centred somewhere across the near continent, across the Low Countries. Still difficult to do the details of this one. Could be that an area of rain and showers becomes quite organised across central and southeastern parts of England through the day, so I wouldn't rule out this turning into a pretty chilly, pretty damp day during Tuesday. Towards the north and the west, looking like being best favoured for being drier and brighter, with light winds though. There'll be some areas of low cloud, mist and fog. I think overall just a fairly cool November day. By Wednesday, indications are that fronts starting to get back in off the Atlantic, bringing increasing winds and some rain onto western regions, whilst eastern areas stay that bit drier and brighter. Temperatures still fairly cool, around the range 7 to 10 degrees Celsius, but as yet nothing particularly cold in there. Here's a chart from the European model then for the middle of the week. This is for Wednesday. There's the trough in the upper heights just showing out towards the west, the ridge out to our east, just trying to get an area of low pressure centred somewhere in here, and as we saw on the chart for Wednesday, that's just bringing that front in from the west. By the end of the week, the European model really keen on developing an area of low pressure towards Biscay. This will have swept in from the northwest. And again, putting details on this one, a treacherous one, but it's showing the upper trough digging well into the near continent, across Spain, across France, and unsettled time to come here. And the detail of that one needs watching, but overall, I think the theme is there that low pressure will be close to Western Europe and the southwest of Britain as we end next week. Just running that further ahead, this is right to the 30th of November then. We've still got lows coming across the Atlantic, but the idea is there that that trough is still well into the south of Europe, and the British Isles still influenced by most of a south or southeasterly pattern. Just need to see whether this flow from across Germany and Eastern Europe starts to get in a bit more and low pressure becomes a bit more centred here. If that happens, then that starts to pave the way for building more of an easterly, but again, a long way off to get this chart with any detail at this stage. Just to compare that with the Canadian model, this is for that similar period at the back end of next week, so the 29th of November. We've got low pressure, similar to the European, showing as being away to our southwest, and a fairly large upper trough feature across Western Europe, digging a long way south into Spain. The GFS pretty similar in agreement with that large upper trough digging a long way into Europe. We're still sticking with a largely Atlantic pattern on the GFS model though, but the hints are there on this fairly broad scale view that low pressure is somewhere well to the south, and the hints then of trying to feed something cooler around the colder side of the jet stream towards Britain. So as you can see, still a long way to go between now and the early part of December as to how this pattern does evolve, and by no means an absolute certainty that we go into cold and snow. But as we've been saying on recent days and recent look ahead videos, the pattern is trying to evolve and some of the pieces just slowly being put into place for that to develop, and of course we'll bring you right up to date with that here at weatherweb.net in this daily look ahead video. Simon will have the full details from tomorrow for the latest outlook into December. I think we'll have a look at the latest Japanese model as well as usual on a Friday to see how that evolves. That'll be fascinating to see what that does throw out. For now though, as always, thank you for watching weatherweb.net, and bye for now.